Good morning, good morning. So as you set up, just having 2 blocks and a blanket. You can have your playlist on hand, which would be our July 2020. And for a moment before we begin, I'll lay my blanket quite thick. Ordinarily, we have this thick, long rectangle that we sit on, and instead for today, and as you set up for this month, I'm going to have you make this, and then before we begin, just take a minute or even 30 seconds sitting in front of it, lying back, hands widen, and allow your chest to be elevated. Your hips are on the floor. You're seated on the floor. Any tenderness in your low back, then my suggestion would be to move your hips a little bit closer. Hello, Donna. Hello, Emily. Hello, Michelle. Hey, Liz. Liz, you're racking up the days, man. So, setting your blanket into a thick rectangle, sitting just in front of it. As you come to lie back, your chest is supported, your legs are long if that's comfortable, letting your feet shake out, letting your hands widen. And just coming to rest in this elevated posture, letting the heart come up. Chest is broad, hands are heavy. Even allowing your eyes to sweep closed, just staying there. So if you're just coming on, see if you choose, you can set your blanket into a thick rectangle. And then take that rectangle and sit in front of it and lie down lengthwise over your bolster. Just the way that we would do in the studio before we started class. Just gives ourselves a little bit of a restorative pose. And what that's going to start to do is allow the connective tissue of your body to have a high heart, to have length through the front of the spine. It's going to allow some ease of the breath into the front surface of your chest. And just resting there on your back. I'm just going to give it 30 more seconds. Letting your exhalation be a real release. Shake out the feet, shake out the knees so that the feet and legs keep releasing down into the floor. The chest is broad. Eyes are closed, just 3 breaths. Your spine is resting on the blanket. Heart is high. Feel your breathing lengthen. Feel your abdomen lengthen. Feel the front surface of your spine open. For 3. For 2. And gently walking your feet up. You can roll to one side, you can bring yourself up. And then use your blanket now, all set to go, as your seat for a cross-legged seat. Heart high, palms together. Now, if you have either of the balms, so we have 2 balms this month. If you're interested, they are essential oil balms. I am using Energy Equalizer. It goes to the base of the spine. It goes to the back of the neck, and it goes to the bones behind your ears. Our work this month is through the spine. And the spine, not the bones of the spine necessarily, but we're accessing the bones of the spine. And so what I want to do before we begin, if you ever want any of these balms, they are particular to each month's sequence, and they are up on the website. There's a form that you can fill out, and it will come to me, and I will make it for you, and I'll put it in the post. And this is enhancing the energy that can move through me. And each of the oils there, an oil of legacy and ancestry, letting old stories move through so their wisdom remains, but the congestion of holding on to who we've been can pass. A sense of abundance can take its place, a sense of clarity. The spine is made of bone upon bone, each one, right? That's how ingeniously we're able to move. The spinal cord passes within each of these bones. So it's protected. However, in between, the bones don't touch one another, right? In between, they're resting on cartilage. There's a disc there, and it's right there where the nerve plexes of the outer body come in and meet the spinal cord. So if you could think about the amount of pressure that if your spine is rounded, you're heavy-hearted, everything's bringing down, that's going to compress the nerves along the sides of your spine. That means that the outer world is more challenged. Your senses, what surrounds you, your periphery can't get into the center. Your instinct from center out into periphery, out into action is limited. So all of these movements, front, back, top, bottom, opening the spine is increasing your awareness of what's around you. And as that opens, we have a better sense of what's possible, and we have a better sense of safety within the self. These are extraordinary times. These are such extraordinary times. This was a very difficult holiday for me, for whatever reason. It was just so different. And so I offer this practice to us. This coherence is really clearing those connections, understanding who my center is in relation to what surrounds me. May it serve you. Palms together, sitting tall. Ong Namo, I bow to everything outside of me, guiding me, healing me, holding me. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me. If it's new to you, just listen. If you're ready, join in. The practice begins on the other side. Inhale. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Roll shoulders, roll your wrists, start your playlist. Ke Ahi. So July 2020, Ke Ahi. It will keep you company throughout. If you don't want it, don't use it. Unfold your blanket twice. Let's build a long, supportive runway for our practice. That way the back of the head, shoulders, and hips are supported. And draw your knees into your chest. Take your right hand overhead, your right leg out long, flex into the heel, reach into your hand, roll your ankles open and close your toes and change sides. Left leg long, left hand overhead, inhaling, opening.
And we begin to move. Hold your shin. Inhale, right hand overhead. Exhale, hold the shin. Inhale, left hand overhead. Exhale, hold the shin. Close your eyes. So the exhalation, you are emptying out whatever you're carrying in the hip joints, in the knees. And on your inhalation, you are making more space, more length. If you need to go more slowly, go more slowly. If you feel like quick is the way to go, that's fantastic. However, one hand stays on the shins at all times. So you're not moving both legs and both hands. You're moving one side and then the other. Open and close. So we're finding a rhythm in the body. We're finding a rhythm in the breath. That steadiness is what begins to calm the mind. 3, 2, 1. Good. Lifting your head and shoulders, hands behind you, knees over your hips. Reach outside your left knee and then outside the right. That's the modification. Or extend your legs and reach to your outer ankle or your outer foot. Head and shoulders lifted, elbows wide. Exhale as you come up, out, out. Close your eyes and settle in. You're building the obliques, which wrap around from the middle of your spine into the center of your abdomen. They control your turning. They stabilize your torso. They protect your inner organs. Good. Five, 4, 3, 2. Keep your head and shoulders high. Turn your heels in, your toes out. And they're little taps of your heels. I'll turn so you can see. Tap, tap, tap. Keep your head and shoulders lifted. You're gazing between your thighs and then your eyes are closed. Anchor your navel to your spine. And just stay nice and steady, and we'll begin to alternate them. 4, 3, 2, reach. Tap, tap. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tap. And reach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Tap your heels. Low belly into your body. Let your knees be over your hips. You're strengthening the lowest part of your abdomen. 4, 3, 2, reach. Cross, 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 cross. So this is the upper aspect of the abdomen, and the obliques, as I mentioned before. Legs are firm, so if you can press your heels into the ceiling, stabilize yourself. Stay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees bend, feet flat, hands on thighs, press away. Feel the radiance of the center body, the place where we digest food, where it becomes energy, all through us. This is where we transform our emotions and our choices. Press your thighs away, open the navel, deepen your breath. And draw your knees into your chest. So we flush that out in cat-cow. Rolling up, fold your blanket in half lengthwise, and kneeling, knees on that. Hands down under the shoulders, tuck your chin, round your back, and let it out. Whew. So you will feel the work that you just did through the abdomen. Close your eyes. So that you're lengthening the contraction of those muscles of the abdomen so that they can be long and not pull you close through the front body. We're also flushing through the spine, the upper back. Tops of your feet are flat. Hands are right under your shoulders. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. And hips to heels, set it back. Lengthen it out a little bit side to side. And now we work into the hips and into the shoulders. Hands and knees, setting blocks up in front of you. Find your downward facing dog, hips high. Step your right foot between your hands, hands on blocks. Left knee down to the floor. Take your hands up high, bring yourself a little bit back, and then bend your front knee. Hands come down. Step back, down dog, hands on blocks. And the left foot will step up, and the right knee down. And as you lift your hands, take yourself a little bit back, reach into the heart, and then bend your knee, open the navel, bring your hands down. And step back, down dog. Right foot will step up, left knee will come down. Sweep your hands up. Lift your hips back, reach into your fingertips, bend your front knee. And hands downward facing dog. We're opening the front and the back of the hip. Right knee down, hands up high. Rising up into the fingers, open the navel. Keep it open, bend the front knee. And hands down. Ha! Down dog. Right foot steps up, left knee down. This time we add on, so hands up high. Right hand holds your left wrist, rise up and bend. Inhale, reach up, reach with that right hand, open the left side and put it down. Go one more. You move from your feet, bend your right knee, stay, hands a little to the right. And letting go, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Step it up. Left foot will step up, right knee comes down, hands up high. Left hand holds your right wrist, go forward, go back. So your back toes are tucked under. And you control how deeply you go into the front hip crease. And you reach into your fingertips, you open that right side body. And take your hands a little bit left, a little bit left, a little bit left. Open it all. And two hands come downward facing dog. Press it back. Now we find the outer hips and the outer arms. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Turn your toes a little bit out and move a little forward and back, keeping your hands down. Bend the front knee, heart forward. Lift the hips, heart back. Good. So lifting the hips towards downward facing dog. Step your hands a step to the left. You may take the blocks with you or not. Hands press down and away. And your right foot presses down and away. And it wraps your right hip back. And you're opening right hand, right shoulder, right hip, right foot. Whew. Right hand press down, press away. Right foot press down, press forward. And bend. Changing. Hands on block, step back, downward facing dog. Good. Right shoulder, right hip, right heel. And the left foot steps outside of the left hand. Hips up, hips back. Hips up, hips back. Right? Hips up. Now, with the hips up, walk your hands a step to the right. If you need to, take your blocks. Hands on blocks. Press your front foot, your left foot down and away. Press your left hand down and away. Feel the outer edge of your left foot into the floor. Feel the outer edge of your left ribs wrap down. 2. Ha. And 1. Bending the front knee, hands on block, step back, downward facing dog. Feeling the left hand, left shoulder, left hip, left heel. Ha. Hands and knees. Keep your hands on blocks, downward facing dog, opening the armpits, the shoulders, the sides of your waist, the lengths of your limbs. Here we go. Rise up. So knees and shins are on your blanket. Tops of your feet fall off. Make space for your ankle joints. Take one of your blocks, set it between your heels. Today's Monday, so modification would be 2 blocks. More modification means turn it on its edge, hands on thighs. So we all meet, hands on thighs, tuck chin, heart high. Inhale, exhale. Keeping your head fairly steady so that the work is between the shoulder girdle and the pelvic girdle. Oh. Eyes closed. We're going to settle in right here for the next 2 minutes. And it might be very small. It might be very small. It might be very simple. Or if you have the capacity, you put your hands on the outer edges of the block and you keep going. So hands on thighs or hands on block, close your eyes. I want you to move past experience through you. The weekend threw me off and I had this horrible mood stuck in my system. Oh, I was terrible company and I couldn't seem to shake it. So find that sensation when it just feels overpowering. And we're just going to move that mood, that disappointment, that fear, that challenge. Move it through your body. Inhale forward, exhale back. Soften your lips. Soften your eyes. That may be your work, or palms may come to the floor. Fingers point away from your knees and move. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feeling where it's sticky and let it get softer. Let it get easier and let it move through you. Let it move through you. Three, 2, 1. Hands on thighs. Just pause tall. Feel. Let it move through you. Whether or not it leaves entirely, for me, it's so sweet that it starts to change. Oh. Come to sit right in the middle of your mat. Setting the blocks aside. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. Feet walk in, hands back.
heart high. Super simple. Take your left leg long and your left hand around, and then sit back. Right leg long and right hand around the knee. And inhale, center. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, right leg. Close your eyes. Exhale. Inhale, center. So we're not trying to turn by using the arms. Feel the weight of your left thigh into the floor. The right thigh into the floor. And as you feel your thigh fall into the floor, just allow the navel to turn a little more to the side. Our left side and our right side. Our intuition and our logic, right? What we know and what we feel. Let them come together in the middle. And if you work from the legs, you'll begin to turn through the ribs. Start to turn your chin over your shoulder. Navel to spine. Falling into that turn, rinsing out. One more. At center, fold your blanket in half. One more. Cross-legged seat. Hands on either side. Start to sweep. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. And we're making access for our experiences to move through us. If they're stuck, we're carrying old experiences. And instead, we want to be right here in this moment. So we let the old through and we become present. Work there, or hand behind head. The step in between is just a hand behind your head and a hand to the floor. So do what you need to do. Inhale, one elbow up. Exhale, the other elbow up. Eyes closed. For two, and for one. So simple. Hands on thighs. Pausing tall. Feel the space through the back, through the sides of your spine. And remember what I said about the bones stacking up. As we open the sides of the spine, as we move side to side, we're increasing our intuition, our awareness of what's outside and inside and how they can communicate. Unfold your blanket twice. Such a time of upheaval. We need this very, very steadying movements. Very steadying movements. Thighs down, heart down, chin down. Take your hands back, palms up, make a fist, and set those fists in the hip crease. So your forearms are on the floor. Point of the chin down, toes under, lift a heel, and lift the other. Inhale as you lift your heel. Exhale as it comes down. Exhaling navel to spine. All those little taps we did in the heels, that's allowing you to really get your navel into your spine. Leg is strong and you're moving using all the muscles of the back, not just the low back, but right from behind the heart. Navel to spine. So steady. Pressing one toe down to lift the opposite heel. The legs are scissoring. One down, one up. One down, one up. Three, two, and one. Free your hands. Forearms under your forehead and a wag of the tail. Loosen through the hips and low back. Shake out the heels. Loosen the thighs. Wag the tail. Come right onto your back and draw your knees into your chest to relieve the work of the back body. But that back body stability is what actually gives us more courage and perspective. So hands on shins, this will be your breath out, nice and strong. Palms down to the floor, legs extending, this will be your breath in. Exhaling and then inhaling. It can be very small. To modify this, we go one side at a time, similar to how we began. Hand to the floor, leg extends, changing sides. If you need to modify, you do side at a time. When you're ready, legs out, palms down. Close your eyes. Knees in, feet flat, hands wide, and radiate from the belly. That we are both physically still and absolutely in motion internally. Stimulating our digestion as we fold and unfold. Making it easier to become who we will be. Right knee to your chest. Bring it in. Settling ourselves helps us remember neutral. Half happy baby. So lift your ankle over your knee and your hand to your outer shin, your outer ankle or your outer foot, and bring your right knee down. Left hand on the left thigh, pressing away. And just deepen your breath and rinse the pelvis, change the seat. So if we know that this level of uncertainty in our outer world is ongoing, how do we get under those waves to create a new neutrality of our own? Reach into your right heel. So holding either the outer right foot or the inner right thigh, press away. Press your left hand to your thigh, lift your left heel into the floor and press into your right heel, extending out to the side. Our legs are our grounding wires, like a lightning rod. They connect us into the center. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Press your hip
into your hand. Press your hands as far down as they'll go. Now extend your left leg. So it's as though you're seated in the right hip, right hand. You're seated in the cup of your hands. Press into your heels. Arms are straight. Let it draw down the back of your neck, the tops of your shoulders, anchoring you. Clarity, neutrality. We need this. Knees to the chest, right foot down, left knee in. Interlace your fingers, bring it in. Steady. Coherence is that space between two polarities. Left heel over your left knee. Left hand outside the shin or outside the foot. Bring your left knee down. Right hand to your right thigh. Press away and rinse the hips. Breath down into the belly, into the abdomen. Out of the shoulders, out of the jaw, out of the face. And then extending out into the left leg, holding your outer foot or holding your inner thigh. Right hand to press your right heel into the floor. Left hand to press, to hold that left inner thigh. Press into both heels. How our breathing changes as the major joints of our legs align. There's so much about our physical body that we have not learned, but we can feel. Into the center, interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Take your hands as low as you can. Press into your left heel, straighten the leg. Right leg long out as you can. Press into your heels, square your hips. Really sit your left hip into the cup of your hands, arms straight. Let it open the tops of your shoulders, the back of your neck, the tips of your toes, the top of your head. Align these joints and find the breath that can soar through all of them. Be reassembled. I am this. Bending both knees, 2 feet flat, hands on your thighs, pressing away. If ever you run into the sensation of this is too much, I am so overwhelmed, there's no way I can handle what's happening. It's building up. We can handle moment by moment. See if you can keep releasing what you've accumulated. Find this breath. This breath. Start here, your own neutrality. You establish an inner landscape, knees to chest. You are okay. You can do it. And roll up. And fold front to back. So bringing your knees and shins onto your blanket, setting a block between your heels and adding a strap. So again, to modify if you needed to, you would put 2 blocks underneath you and you would take the strap behind you. If it has a metal latch, then just be sure you're holding that latch. Hands are about hip distance apart. Tuck of your chin, folding forward, lifting your hands, and then inhale, rise up. So if your shoulders are very tight and you can't get your hands off your hips, I want you to widen your hands on the strap. But if your shoulders are open and you are falling your hands over your shoulders too far, then let it be more narrow. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. So we're opening the underside of the shoulders, the upper back, and then the upper chest. Where we're going, where we've been. Clear it out and land right in the middle, the present moment. If this is your work, you're going to stay just this way.
or lift your hips up high and then fold. And sometimes moving from here is actually more accessible. If kneeling is not easy for you, then simply starting here is a great way to come into the pose. As you fold and as you rise, hold the block between your feet. This will stabilize the low back. Let your legs become stronger. The legs control the movement, and the spine can follow along. And we stay with it. Just follow the breath. Two. And one. Sitting down. Set the strap aside, hands on thighs. Feel. Feeling your heartbeat, feeling the size of your breath. The neutrality is absolutely as glamorous and amazing as a positive mind. Excellent. Now you may work kneeling or you may cross your legs. Wherever you choose is fantastic. Or rise up onto your knees, the block between your heels again. Knees down and even, hands wide. And you'll fold your fingers in, but not a fist. So if you make a fist, peel the palms open, thumbs point away, palms face down, forward circles. Hold the block and be strong right through the knuckles and feel your shoulder blades towards your spine. Firm your inner thighs towards each other, your heels holding that block, the whole body. Strengthened, supported, clear. Hello, JCP. Hello, Maine. Forward circles, nice, super strong. Open the upper back, the armpits, all the way into your pinky fingers. Good. And then knuckles down, chest broad. Thumbs up, thumbs away, hands wide, forward circles. Open the chest. So now your shoulder blades are going to the spine, and now we're opening the heart, the pectoral muscles, the spaces between your ribs. Hold the block behind you. Let your heart, let your lungs come up. Big breath, steady circles, really strong. Hands up high. Interlace your fingers, pressing away. And then bring it all the way down to kneel to cross-legged seat. Fingers pointing towards each other, round and rise. So this is modification 1. Palms face the floor, hands shoulder height. This is modification 2. Use your head rounding all the way through the body. Or hands behind the head, full pose. Exhale, round, inhale, open. Close your eyes and it becomes very strong and supple. I am this. I am this. A reclamation. Eyes closed, 20 seconds. Stay with it. You are recalibrating your nervous system. That I can be neutral even as the circumstances amp up around me. My heartbeat is steady. My breath is steady. My spine is open. Three, two, upright. Hands down, be still. I am this. Be held by everything you've made, bathed in love, held in sacred light, all through you. Adjust your seat in any way that's needed. You'll have your hands up overhead for 6 minutes. So if you need to sit on a chair to have a tall spine, now's the time. But we'll have a break in the middle. Seat, hands, breath. Eyes are closed. Nice and steady. Heart up, chin lightly in. Palms are open. Finger joints are open. If it's too much, hands overhead, hold opposite elbows. If it's too much, put your hands out in front. Long, steady breath. On your exhalation, navel to spine, wrapping the obliques towards the center line, the way we practice tapping the outer feet. Inhaling up through the spine, exhaling navel to spine. You are stable and you are free. Calling ability, calling solutions, calling awareness up into our higher consciousness. Inhaling down to fill the navel, fill the chest. Exhaling navel to spine, emptying the ribs. And inhale. The eyes closed, elbows bent, hands down, palms to thighs, eyes closed. Feel. Pause 30 seconds. Hands up high. Inhaling to fill the navel first, and then up to fill the chest second. Exhaling to empty the navel first, exhaling to empty the chest second. So fill the navel, fill the chest, empty the navel, empty the chest. No rush, long, sweet breath. that we become available to the charge of this experience. We just receive its light and we let any other story of our experience fall away. Held in light, bathed in sacred love. Feel the charge and then release the story of it. Just breathing it in to the navel, to the chest. And breathing out of the navel, then out of the chest. Elbows bending. And your hands descend, eyes are closed. Pause your playlist. Be in the quiet. Sitting tall, letting your shoulders and your arms completely release any effort. We will begin to breathe in for 4, out for 4, for 5 rounds. Going in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, out, in, and out. And then normal breathing and see what's changed. Coming to lie on your back or stay seated, soak it in. Any adjustment that you need, just rest for about 2 minutes. Legs out long, out through the feet, out through the knees, hands open. Allowing your breathing to be full and free at first. And then it comes to reside in the belly. And it begins to diminish.
beginning to deepen your breathing. In your mind, I am a being held in divine light, bathed in sacred love. Breathe that in as you take your hands overhead. Breathe that in, especially whenever you need it, when it feels most doubtful. Walk your feet in. Hands to shins, a little side to side. And breathe up.
Finding a cross-legged seat. Sweep wide. Gather in what you've made. Palms together, make it yours all the way in. Inhale, sweeping wide, the very edge, the periphery, the horizon, and then the center. We are both. We are all of it. We are the very filaments out into the universe. And we are the certainty at its center. In your mind or aloud, repeat, I expand in success, abundance, and love every day. As I inspire those around me to do the same. Hands to the forehead center, Sat Nam, I am this. 8 count Sat, 2 count Nam. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. Such a good week lies ahead of us. Remarkable. Use this time daily. Rely on it. Your neutrality is built here. Our neutrality is the ballast that's needed in the midst of all of the things that are in question right now. It is overwhelming at times, but we are here, and there is community, and there is support, and there is consistency, and this is the sweetest sequence that will carry us through July. I will be here every day, my loves. I will see you soon. Again, if you want the balms, moving that energy through you, getting rid of stagnation, getting rid of shortage, getting rid of fear, you let me know. It's on the website. If you want to share your story so that you can encourage other people, underneath donate on the website, it says testimonials. It's a submission form. Send it to me. And if you give me permission, I will put it up. And we'll begin to build that page so that if somebody says, I don't know why I should come. I don't know why this would be worthwhile. This is really weird. And I'd say, you're right. It's fantastically new to you. And so look at this page and look at what people have experienced. If you want to contribute, send it to me. I'll keep updating that page and we will keep telling our story, my loves, because you are essential. You are essential to create the ballast, the coherence, the future today. Sat Nam.